and this green man. These green men be related to some sort of, like say the reptilians or anything? No. Sounds a bit weird how they're telling us that they worship this green man. Yet Osiris, he was always depicted with green skin. So, I mean, you'd be silly not to correlate all these together, wouldn't you? And say, well, why are they all green? What's this green? When you look at the flag of Islam, of Allah in Islam, it's shaped like a snake, and it's a green flag, and Islam's a lot greener than, you know, they use green a lot in the flag and everything like that. So,
not bad.
I mean, you've got to start looking and thinking, what are all these people talking about green, and what the emerald tablets are green again?
And if you think about it, as you said, it all goes back to nature. And if you think about what's the representation, or what does green represent? Just think logically. It represents new growth. New growth in another way simply means creation. And if you think about it, what are they doing with stem cells at the moment? They're creating, they're getting new, anything new. So this is why it's even tied with Thoth, the emerald tablets of Thoth. Again, you've got the green. So all of this whole green idea gives us anything about new. So this is why they're also talking of a new energy coming in, which 2025 is now the new the initiation. They've known about this for many hundreds of years. The initiation of the world is coming up in 2025. So you have to look and you have to start thinking, okay, so the world is going to start rejuvenating. We're going to start getting a different type of world. There's a new world coming in. Yes, there is. But it's not just negative. It has got a lot of positive. It's going to have a lot of creativity brought in. So creativity is another aspect of green as well.
It's not only that. It's not only the fact that that it's green, and it's. I mean, when you look at the sign of Allah, it's shaped like a snake with a crown above it and a sword. And then when you look at some of the things what Allah said, Allah is the greatest deceiver, the serpent, the snake, and the horrors of Islam. This is what it says in the Quran. The Quran says Allah is the greatest of all deceivers. And due to this verse in the Quran, Muslim teachers agree that according to Islam, the Muslim God Allah can be a liar. But then you get the Wiccans as well. They believe in the green man. And they're about devil worshiping and things like that.
Me.
Okay, deceiver and liar are not the same
Stop
word.
me.
Right,
Deceiver is a correct word, but deceiver doesn't mean a negative. To deceive something is another way of saying hidden. So a lie and something that's hidden is not the same thing. So,
Exactly.
Yes, if you want to talk of the Islam faith, being the deceiver, we're just talking of occult sciences. So when it looked like he was talking in one way, you start realizing that actually it's got a double meaning. So now you start hunting, and this is where you start talking the emerald tablets of Thoth. To the average person who reads it, they're going to take it literally. So that would be the one level, and you could say, well, they deceived because they didn't take it literally. Whereas you've got the other people who understand the mystical aspect of it. The mystical aspect or the occult aspect would be the truth. So opposite of truth is deception. So it's just the different levels. It's relative to one's consciousness. Which level are you going to grasp? So it's deceive is not the same as lie. That just needs to be made clear. People would like to, the mundane people would think, yes, it's a lie because they're doing something else, they're achieving different results, like magic, like stem cells. They're achieving different results. Yes, they are, because they're using different tools, they're doing a different level, a different consciousness of things. They certainly will achieve a different result. And then they think, well, the book is lying because we're not achieving the same results as them. No, they're just using a different level of consciousness. And it's up to many people now. Many people are ready. They are in a position now where they can elevate themselves. They can actually start tapping into this mystical science and start seeing the reality or the truth or the mystical stuff that's going on around us. For the others who are the baby souls coming in, they're going to say, no, they're deceiving us. No, you can say that.
There was another guy as well in the Quran called Kinder, and he was his name in the Quran as a righteous servant of God, possessing great wisdom or mystic knowledge. He was always shown with green skin as well. I'm just getting that out there so we can move on from that.
What did you say his name was? Pinpa.
It's called Khidr, so it's Kindar or something like that, or Al Kinder.
Magic.
Yeah.
What we call magic. Us normal people, what we call magic. Yeah, that green is an entrance into another world, Andrew. So yes, while we call them shapeshifters, while we call them lizards, while we call them these green monsters, Andrew, they've got mystical secrets, mystical sciences, mystical knowledge. They're scary.
Do you know of any connection between Islam and Masons? Because Masons have a lot of crescent moon symbolism in their mythologies and in their signage. It's just, I'm an 18th century crescent moon.
There's a Shriner! That's my grandfather!
Is there a connection there?
I'm trying to think what they call the Islam group of Masons.
Yeah, the Muslims. They have the Muslim on the head, don't they? And they have like I think they have fez.
That's called a fez, yes. When you look back to the stars and the moons, as you say, a lot of different philosophies have it, not just the Masons and not just. Andrew, when you look at what they're doing, there's different levels here. We're talking of mystical arts. So yes, we're talking of magic. We're talking of supernatural powers. Yes, it's there, it exists, but it's not for everybody. Even in either of those philosophies or either of those paths that they take, you'll get the masses who are not aware of the real stuff. There is deeper stuff, and it's for very few who actually qualify. And you can't qualify by just going through the ranks of any of these different sects or schools or whatever you want to call them, mystery schools. You actually have to be qualified by being able to actually visibly or physically show that you can master or handle some of these tools that you've got. So yeah, that's dealing with magic. That's dealing with I don't like to call it dark arts. There's obviously you can use it for bad. You can also use it for good. Creation generally is understood to be good, but you can create some nasty things. I mean, you'll see the werewolves, and we'll see some of these stories, children's books, children's movies, children's horror movies, where some of these people create monsters for their own ends. Still creation. So yeah, it's a matter of being able to understand and use mystical arts. Yes. Follow?
So